everyone, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. This is episode 7. Last time, we freed Sten from his cage, and we did some Chantry job boards before leaving the town of Lothering, and we're in our party camp, and we got to chat to everyone in this party camp, and we're going to move on to our next destination today. Another new episode of Dragon Age Origins means another new mod installed. We have a storage unit place here. There's a bunch of other stuff here. I'm kind of ignoring it. You can apparently level up gear here. I don't know what to do with that. I'm going to ignore it. I think you can just like display things on the armor stand, the weapon rack, and the wine rack. So it's pretty cool. There's just like some storage stuff in the party camp. The only reason we're really here is for the storage chest. I need to just chuck shit in here that I don't know what to do with yet, so I can have some space. It also came with a backpack, and I accepted the use of that backpack because I was silly and I didn't buy one in Ostagar, and that's on me because God knows I don't be gifted with the foresight of knowledge of backpacketh buying, you know? I was not able to determine that I would not return to Ostagar to buy backpack, and I missed out. That is unfortunate, but I have 80 space now. I feel like these are all sort of genuinely acceptable quality of life mods to have. So I think we're doing good. You know, I'm not gonna like fucking max out my stats and make things super easy, but I think just stuff that'll make the genuine Dragon Age Origins experience a little more, you know, bearable and up to date is a good thing to have. So a party storage in the party camp is a good thing. We're going to have a chat to these lovely dwarven friends, merchants that are chilling at our camp, and then we're going to choose our next destination. Not sure where we're going to go. Thinking Redcliffe, but we will see when we have our options presented to us. Let's chat to Bowden first, and then I guess Sandal next, considering the quest marker.
It's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bowden Feddick at your
Bowden Feddick. Okay.
I saw your camp and thought to myself, what safer place to rest for the evening than in the camp of a Grey Warden? I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
I'll take it. Have you been following us?
I can see why you might be suspicious, being a Grey Warden and all. Were I in your shoes, I would feel the same way. Trust me when I say that my encountering you here was serendipity and nothing more. I travel a lot, so I'm bound to meet everyone on the road eventually. If you prefer, I'll take my boy and be on my way. But regretfully, you're the safest spot on this road, without a doubt.
You're free to stay, just mind yourselves. What are you selling exactly, though?
Anything, everything, but all of the finest quality. No cheap trinkets here. And my boy Sandal happens to be a bit of a hand with enchantments. Oh, yes. Sadly, it also makes us a target for bandits and the like. If there were spare hands to hire as guards, I would have done so long ago.
I know this guy's voice from somewhere, but I can't pin it. Also, on a few previous episodes, everyone's like, Star Wars, Star Trek, Voyager, and Battlestar Galactica, this person's voice. I haven't watched those shows, you know? Not everyone's watched every show, okay? So I don't know everyone's voice from every place, you know? So people are like, don't you mean this show? No, I don't mean that show, because I ain't watched it. So there's nothing I can do about that. I can only recognize voices from where I knew them from, and they're usually very obscure. Most of the time they're from things that I'm aware of, but it's always a gamble. Sometimes I will pick up on a voice immediately. Other times it might take just a little bit of hearing them to go, oh, that's familiar. And then sometimes I just don't get it at all. But let's just say you're free to stay. Just mind yourselves.
Wonderful. Thank the gentleman, won't you, boy?
Thank you, sir.
We won't be a bother to you.
Thank you, sir.
I assure you. If you should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
He is such a dork. I love it. Look at his ears.
If there's anything I can do for you, please tell me.
Oh, we can get some dialogue out of this too. Not just a simple merchant, but persuasion. So what's your story exactly?
I suppose since you told me about you being a Grey Warden, it's only fitting for me to be as open. I'm originally from Orzammar, just as you are, I suspect. You don't have the look of a surface dwarf about you. I was a merchant there, too. Merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved them. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose.
Cool. I really like meeting fellow dwarves on the surface and that being acknowledged, which is really neat. The lost glory days. Why did you leave?
One day, a noble woman came to my store. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that.
Damn. Yeah, just tell me about it. And did you steal them?
Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I'd been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for me. The lost tigers. They're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure. Something worth a little gold.
Okay. Gonna make a note of that. That is pronounced tigs. My brain would have assumed thags, but it's a th, not a th. Tags. Better to do something with them than leave them to rot.
That's exactly how I see it. The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy with the theft of her brother's braces. I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back.
Nice. And now here you are.
Yes, here I am. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you?
Yeah, I was like, how old's your son? Because you didn't mention your son in your tale.
Ah, yes. I'm married to a fine woman back in Denerim, it's true. She'd give me a son if she could, but that's not likely to ever be. Sandal here.
Oh.
I found him in the deep roads years ago. Abandoned, I think, and he was never quite right in the head. I took him in, and I brought him with me when I came here to the surface. He may not be my blood, true, but I think of him as one.
We left Orzammar.
That's right, boy. Maybe one day we'll see it again.
Fair enough. He finds a lot of things in the deep roads, doesn't he? He's like, I'll find these braces. Oh, a boy! I'll take this boy with me. So you got a free helper.
Better than him living in mud and hiding from Darkspawn and Deepstalkers, isn't it? I was glad to take him in. It's not as if I don't benefit, mind you. Turns out the boy's a natural working with enchantments. He might have even been lyrium-addled. I never thought of that before, to be honest. Happens sometimes. He can work an enchantment into just about anything, however, given some time. Could probably open his own shop, if he knew how.
Enchantment.
Well, he does seem to enjoy it, at least.
Okay. But where did these goods come from? Not the deep roads.
Look, we don't rob people, all right? We don't take things from people that need them. The things in the lost tigers, what good did they do lying there? I brought them back to Orzammar, where people could look at them and remember. It's not all that different up here. There are places long abandoned by the humans everywhere. Even more now with the Darkspawn coming.
You opportunistic scoundrel. He's a scavenger. There's nothing wrong with that.
People flee from the Blight with good reason, but they forget things. Things with value and meaning. They leave them behind because they're frightened and desperate. And sometimes my boy and I, We find our way to these places before the Horde descends, and we save these things. I take them away so the Darkspawn don't get them. Is that so bad? They destroy everything they touch.
I suppose it's better than having the Darkspawn take it all.
That's what I tell myself, too. Ah, these are dark times indeed. Dark times, my friend.
Have you heard any rumors?
I heard a strange rumor the other day. King Caelan was not really Merrick's son, you see. Merrick's real son is hidden in the bowels of Denham's palace and has been since he was born. I suppose they feed him cakes all day to keep him content. Maybe he's simple. Or a mage. Merrick's real son, a mage. Can you imagine? That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Oh. Heard any other rumors?
There's talk that King Caelan was cheating on the Queen and she found out about it. That's why Tyrn Loghain abandoned Caelan at Ostagar. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
So he's heard that Loghain abandoned King Caelan, which goes against the other hearsay and rumors that are going around at the moment, considering the Grey Wardens have a bounty on them. Interesting. You can see that obviously that's what I've heard on the road anyhow, take it for what it is like just like a dialogue that sits at the end of all the other rumors, so it changes the tone a little bit. Heard any other rumors? We got a bastard child and then also a cheating scandal.
The crafters of the Pearl Brothel are threatening to close their doors if they aren't finally recognized as a true guild. Ha! Can you imagine? As if the men weren't blue enough. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Brothel Guild? Let's go. Is there a brothel side quest in this game?
Aurel Urien wasn't truly killed at Ostagar. His son, Lord Von, hired Antivan crows to kill his father before he ever reached the battlefield, only to first be killed by a mob of elves himself. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow.
Who's Aurel Urien?
Take it for what it is. Habron, daughter of the Earl of Southreach, has spent an exorbitant amount of her father's coin buying puppies. No one knows what happens to the puppies, and she buys a new one every week. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow.
Not the 101 Dalmatians. She making fur coats.
I don't know what to tell you.
Nice.
Nothing I can think of at the moment.
Okay. Not an infinite supply of rumors like the barkeep, but a decent supply of rumors nonetheless.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road.
Really enjoying learning about it through all of the rumors, even if they're true or not. There's a lot of interesting things being spoken about. Let's see your wares, finally.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
With your discount. Okay, what you got? Not bad, actually. Can't wait till we start getting some proper injury kits that can heal more than one injury. A concentrator agent, corruptor agent, distillation agent. Hitherum and foxite are both common herbs in Ferelden. When distilled to a sufficient purity, they may be used as herbal agents to concentrate the effects of many potions, salves, and poisons. Okay. A corruptor agent. Said to have been made from lifestone that has been corrupted by the Darkspawn taint in the deep roads, this powdery agent is required to create some of the most powerful poisons and traps known. Distillation, one of the 3 rare bulbs found in the Frostback Mountains. When dried and powdered, they become an excellent distillation agent required to evoke magical properties in crafting. This is cool. I assume these guys will be here in my party camp all the time. So 99 of those is cool. Oh shit, check this shit out. 131 gold? The Vashile? A war axe made out of dragon bone? And I guess these are enchantment slots. Yeah, with like the runes. Although the elves of the Dales fought bravely against the Exalted March, defeat became obvious. The great elven general Rajmail hurled his axe at the enemy before leaping to his death over Forlorn Falls. That's cool. Damn. So we've got Tome of Physical Technique and Tome of Arcane Technique. A manuscript, this is quite expensive as well. A manuscript of physical arts scribed by a master and rarely seen outside of the most prestigious militias and guilds. Careful study grants the reader access to additional rogue or warrior talents. Oh, and one to a mage. Extra talents unlocked for a price. Inscribed conspirator's foil. A light helmet. A thin layer of lyrium alloy under leather, insulated against attack, and one would hope the lyrium itself instills a general wariness that may be confused with paranoia by the untrustworthy. Sylvan's Mercy, out of Viridium. This looks like a branch that has been torn from a living tree. There is an aura of spite about it, as if it were filled with wasps. Cool. Oh, a proving helm. You got this from the Proving in Orzammar. This helm represents the ancestors' blessing of a young dwarf's first steps on the long road to glory, a symbol of transition and a promise of greatness to come. Oh, excuse me, you've got the rest of the Blood Dragon set in here. That's wild. I did sell the chess piece, but he's got the full set in here. Tier 6, commissioned by an infamous Navaran dragon hunter. This armor was crafted in a time when dragons had almost been hunted to extinction, and it's infused with their blood. When all four are equipped, the character gains a bonus to defense and armor. So you can you get given the chess piece as DLC, and then you get the rest from Bowden, which is interesting. Well, we're not ever going to be wearing it, unfortunately. You've got a lot of stuff. An uncrushable pigeon. Oh, you're selling gifts as well. Damn, there's so much in here. This is genuinely one of the most impressive inventories I've ever seen, Bowden. What the hell? Bard's dancing shoes made out of drake skin? Made at great expense for an Orlesian bard. These boots are so elegant, anyone might mistake them for simple finery, which is mostly the point. There's some cool lore in these. Earthheart's portable bulwark, made out of red steel. Deceptively manageable for the benefit granted, this shield somehow grants unassailable physical authority, like a hearthstone wall that makes every battlefield home ground. Black metal torque? Cannot equip on this character. It's a Mabari collar. Nice. A primitive lyrium-infused metal braid hammered flat, possibly created by the Chastened or one of the splinter groups that spread across what would become Ferelden following their destruction. +6 attack and armor. Oh, tempting. Tempting. Spell ward. Look at this. Look at, why, so expensive. And this is with a discount, apparently. Templars assigned to hunt the most dangerous apostates and blood mages treasured this amulet above all else. The circumstances through which it left Chantry control, better left unconsidered. Parvolan Willstone. Highly polished volcanic pendant, very light on its strand. Vibrates, and the tips of one's fingers are numbed if it is held in the hand too long. A Dalish pendant. So we've got some belts as well. Stamina regen, monetary gain, and range critical chance. We've got rings that do fire damage, cold damage. We've got a bunch of runes that are actually quite expensive as well. We got gifts that are cheap. Grey Warden hand puppet. This tin helmeted puppet is painted with the blue and grey heraldry of the Grey Wardens. Restriction. Oh, they're restricted to certain characters. So you give it to Alistair. A stick from a Mabari Hound. Fat lute. Liliana, a favourite of travelling bards. This fat-bodied lute is a sturdy instrument with a rich tone and melodious sound. Because we learnt from her she has a bard history. That's cool. An Alistair doll. For Morrigan. Oh, it's a voodoo doll. This little doll fashioned from rags and stuck with pins is eerily reminiscent of Alistair. What the fuck? Beard flask. Oh no, it's giving away some characters' names, which means I think these must be those DLC gift items, the pranks and gifts. That makes sense. I must stop looking at these. Prayers for the Dead. This probably belongs to Sten. Okay, so they've got restricted gifts for each of the characters that I guess these are DLC. I think there's some good gifts and some bad gifts. I would assume ugly boots would be one of those. Many insects died to make these iridescent boots. What a waste. I guess there are ones that give like good plus approval ratings and one that gives negative approval ratings. Well, I'm almost tempted to, oh wow. 50 sugar cakes. God damn. Rotten onion. So it's like you can give gifts that improve approval or decrease it. Oh god, another person's name. Oh, and you are selling a backpack, you bastard. Alright, well, I will definitely buy a backpack. A manual for a ranger, where giant spiders come from. Wilderness companions for beginners. A book written by an experienced ranger with useful tips. What does that give me, though? Does it give me a skill or a talent? A Templar manual. A is for Abomination, the Templar's alphabet. A book that explains what Templars do and how they do it. So this is how you could learn to become a ranger or a Templar, stuff like that. I guess. Lump of coal. A chunk of firewood pulled from the remains of last night's campfire. How sweet. A chastity belt. This iron girdle looks distinctly uncomfortable. A sturdy lock keeps the loins secure. Oh god. Alright, interesting. I said to myself that I would stop looking at the descriptions, and then I kept looking at them because they're so appealing. I'm just like, oh, what the fuck? Pet rock? Alright, I'm going to stop looking at it, and I'm going to leave them there. I'm not going to do anything with those yet, but they will be there for me to obtain at, I guess, some point. I am almost tempted to at least give one to Morrigan, because we lost 20 approval at the end of last episode by being an idiot. But goddamn, we're going to just leave that for now. I think I'm gonna just leave it for now. We're gonna keep whatever we've got. We're gonna hold on to this money. We've bought a backpack. I don't think we need too much. Let's have a look at enchantment.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a, what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
Okay. What enchantments does he do?
He can fold lyrium into almost any weapon or piece of armor, though naturally some of the more extravagant materials will take more lyrium than others. It's a process that some of the master smiths back in Orzammar will perform, but my boy here is just as adept at it. Isn't that right, boy?
Enchantment!
And there you have it.
Okay. I'd like some enchanting done.
Enchantment!
Okay, so we have the Oathkeeper, which is equipped by Alistair, and we have these runes. +2 damage versus Darkspawn and +2 electricity damage. Can you take runes off after you've put them in? I would assume you could kind of swap them out. Let's go with a +2 damage versus Darkspawn. Install rune. Nice. Can you uninstall it? Oh, it says remove. Does it get rid of it though? Can I cancel? Can I get out of here? I pressed escape and not accept. So we'll have a look. All enchantable items in the party inventory, including those currently equipped, can be upgraded by an enchanter so long as you have the runes available. Okay. Let me have a quick look. Did that get put in? Oh, it did. I didn't even press accept. I pressed, funnily enough, I pressed escape, and that still counts. Let's do a little test and see if removing it destroys it, because some games love to do that to you.
Enchantment?
So we'll find out.
Enchantment!
Let us remove it. Oh, nice. And then if I accept, and if I go back into enchantment, we can put it back in. All right, cool. Wonderful. I like that. I like that a lot. So we can chuck them in now. Fucking may as well just put it in and then accept it. And then if I would like to remove it, I can. Yeah, some games, obviously, it's like you want to take out an upgrade, it destroys it. You know what I mean? Or you have to, like, replace it. So that's nice. Okay, I think with that said and done, checking out our merchant friends, we can leave the party camp. Got a lot more dialogue than I thought we would get. Very, very cool. And we can proceed. I'll obviously address a very particularly spammed comment with Dragon Age is, yes, I can do this. However, I don't need to. But when I need to, I probably will. Let's go to the world map. Gather your party and venture forth.
Indeed.
Indeed. This is gonna suck, dude. Do you know how much more... We saw some names, and I'll forget those names easily, because I'm terrible with names unless they repeated at me like 20 times. But on those GIFs, we read quite a few names, and it does lead me to believe that there's going to be quite a few party members, because look how much empty space is on this screen, you know? And it scares me. I'm scared of choices, especially an abundance of them. I struggled with Mass Effect 2 because there was double the amount of party members. And I was like, I'm just going to pick my favorites and run with them.
Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed. And this is why we have a fucking dog as a fifth party member, because there's just going to be too many people. All right. So we're leaving the party camp. It looks like we have multiple options available to us, which is really, really neat. So we can go straight to Denerim, Ferelden's largest city and main port. It is also the location of the Royal Palace. Let's go straight there. The Brazilian outskirts, the edge of the Brazilian forest, the dangers of which are well recorded in local legends. We can go back to Lothering, which I didn't think we would actually be able to, because when we were leaving, there was dialogue kind of hinting that we might not be able to return. We can go to Lake Calenhad docks, sitting in the shadows of the old Imperial Highway. These docks are now the only means to reach the tower, which is the Circle Tower. Which is the Circle of Magi. Where's Ozma? Redcliffe Village, Redcliffe Castle, Frostback Mountains. A range of dramatic peaks that stretch across western Ferelden, forming a natural border with Orlais, fishing village on the shores of Lake Calenhad. Kokari Wilds, Ostagar, Flemeth's Hut. So we go back to Flemeth. Where's Ozma? Because I want to go get my dwarves. I would assume that you would go into the mountains to get to Ozma. Or underground or something. I guess we'll go to Redcliffe, because Redcliffe has we've got a journal quest there at the moment to return Rigby's gear to his wife. And Alistair talks about it a lot. So I feel like Redcliffe might be the natural sort of next step. So let's go to Redcliffe. I like how it's like fucking bloodstain walking there.
Look, can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier.
Why am I not surprised? Let me guess you're an idiot. I'm not gonna like this, am I?
I don't know. I doubt it. I've never liked it, that's for sure. I told you before how Al Eamon raised me, right? That my mother was a serving girl at the castle and he took me in?
Mm-hmm.
The reason he did that was because my father was King Marek, which made Kaelin my half-brother, I suppose.
The rumor is true! That's a big piece of information. You don't think you might have told me this before? You're not just a bastard, but a royal bastard. His father was King Marek. So I think they were Bowden was telling us about how the rumor was that Kaelin isn't his Marek's actual son, and that there's another one out there somewhere. But you can see how rumors can be twisted, and there's a little bit of truth in them. We just get that reveal straight away. Okay, doesn't that make you the heir to the throne? Well, he's a bastard. Wow. Why did you wait to tell me this?
I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Kaelin's rule, and so they kept me secret. I've never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry.
Wow. Does Loghain know?
Why wouldn't he? He was King Marek's best friend. I don't know if that means anything, though. I certainly never considered the idea that it might ever be important. At any rate, that's it. That's what I had to tell you. I thought you should know about it.
That's it. Back on our journey. You're the heir to the throne, then.
Let's hope not. I'm the son of a commoner and a Grey Warden to boot. It was made very clear to me early on that there was no room for me raising any rebellions or such nonsense. And that's fine by me. No, if there's an heir to be found, it's Arl Eamon himself. He's not of royal blood, but he is Kaelin's uncle, and more importantly, very popular with the people. Though, if he's really as sick as we've heard... Oh no, I don't want to think about that. I really don't. So there you have it. Now,
I really
move
don't.
on, and I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens.
I don't know, man. If the time comes and you need to step up to be the heir, we're going to make sure that you can. As you command, my prince. That's not really what you think, is it?
No, I suppose not. I don't feel very lucky at all, to be honest.
Bye. Leaves. Okay. Alright. Redcliffe. Well, I guess that's good information to know, isn't it? King Calenhad Theron once famously declared, "The fate of Redcliffe is the fate of all Ferelden. Certainly the castle is the first and last defense for the sole land route into Ferelden, and the country has never fallen to any force that did not first capture Redcliffe. The castle, which despite being 3 times captured is popularly described as unassailable, also guards one of the largest and most prosperous towns in Ferelden. Redcliffe village is well situated near the mountain pass to Orzammar." Yeah, so the Frostback mountain pass to Orzammar and the Orlesian border, and so serves as a centre of foreign trade. For these reasons, Redcliffe is accounted an Arling despite the smallness of the domain. The inhabitants of Redcliffe village are primarily fishermen or merchants who ship dwarven goods through the pass from Orlais to Denerim. When the entire village smells of smoked fish or certain late autumn mornings, the merchants in their finery do their utmost to pretend otherwise. Cool. Alright, characters. Alistair. It'll, I suppose, update to, the Owl's wife, Isolde. His mother was a serving girl who died when Alistair was very young, raised by Eamon Garin, Earl of Redcliffe for a time. The Owl's wife suspected the reason her husband took an interest in the welfare of the child was it was their Eamon's son, but insisted the boy be sent away to the Chantry. Isolde's suspicions were unfounded, however. Alistair was not Eamon's son, but King Maric's. Eamon sheltered the boy to hide his existence from Queen Rowan, Eamon's sister. Damn. How interesting. Just a bit of a spicy rumor, that one there. He's still facing the other way because he turned around and walked. So we've got our full squad. We're at the entrance to Redcliffe. See what kind of trouble we can get into. Tomas. Okay, we've got Robin Hood on the bridge over here.
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us?
I'm on important business. I need to see Arl Eamon.
The Arl? Then you don't know?
Oh,
Has
shit.
nobody out there heard?
Is he dead? I've heard Arl Eamon is sick, if that's what you mean.
He could be dead for all we know. Nobody's heard from the castle in days. We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying.
Apparently everyone seems to agree that a blight is the perfect time to start killing each other. Marvelous, really.
We've no army to defend us, no Arl and no king to send us help. So many are dead, and those left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you.
Ban Tegan, Arl Eamon's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far, if you'll come with me.
Okay. So it'd be Darkspawn, right? And he was that guy that stood up to Logain in that cutscene. He was like, no. I remember him. Okay, automatically taken into Redcliffe.
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They are obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Rainersphere, brother to the Arl.
I remember you, Ban Tegan, though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud? Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive! This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Ten Loghain has anything to say about it.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
You don't believe Loghain's lies?
What, that he pulled his men in order to save them? That Cailan risked everything in the name of glory? Hardly. Loghain calls the Grey Wardens traitors, murderers of the king. I don't believe it. It is an act of a desperate man. So you are a Grey Warden as well. A pleasure to meet you. I wish it were under better circumstances. You're here to see my brother. Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle.
Oh.
We drove them back, but many perished during the assault.
From the castle? That might be why you haven't heard from anyone in the castle. Just like, they might be connected. Maybe. Is it not Darkspawn? Is it something else? What evil things are you talking about?
Some call them the Walking Dead. Decomposing corpses, returning to life with a hunger for human flesh.
Okay.
They hit again the next night. Each night they come, with greater numbers. With Cailan dead and Loghain starting a war over the throne, no one responds to my urgent calls for help. I have a feeling tonight's assault will be the worst yet. Alistair, I hate to ask, but I desperately need the help of you and your friends.
It isn't just up to me. Though the Grey Wardens don't stand much chance against Loghain without Arl Eamon.
Goddamn. Dragon Age Dying Light. We got the zombies coming out at night. You want my help? You don't know me. Well, look, I might be a brash, abrasive, rough around the edges, dwarven Grey Warden, but I do have a sense of duty right now. Certainly forming my little squad to reform the Grey Warden. So I do feel like we will help instead of saying those next two dialogue options. We'll just say, of course.
How pointless to help these villagers fight an impossible battle.
Morrigan,
I
please.
would think we had enough to contend with elsewhere.
Thank you. Thank you. This means more to me than you can guess. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Yes, my lord.
Now then, there is much to do before night falls. I put 2 men in charge of the defense outside. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry. Sir Perth, one of Eamon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle.
I want to discuss the situation with you.
Of course.
You have some of our Lehman's knights here.
I have those few who returned from their quest. You know of this, yes?
Their search for the Urn of Sacred Ashes.
Yes, I question Isolde's decision to send so many knights in search of this relic. But I am a practical man, whereas she is a woman of great faith. Sir Perth was one of the knights sent on this quest. Perhaps you should speak to him if you wish to learn more.
I like his, crest, sigil, symbol on the back of his, shield for Redcliffe. Why are you in the chantry with the villagers?
Sir Perth insists. He wants me to be with the villagers, so everyone he needs to protect is in one place. I don't mind, to be honest. The point of all this is to protect the villagers, and I can do that best here. This is the last line of defense, should things go amiss.
Should things go amiss?
Should the monsters find their way in. I would prefer not to fight in the chantry, but if they come, then so must it be. We could bring some men in to stand beside me, but I'd rather keep the monsters away from the villagers if possible.
What exactly are these things that attack the village?
I do not know. They seem to be walking corpses, men with rotting flesh that continue to attack even with the gravest injuries.
Undead? Spirits possessing the dead. There could be several causes behind such a thing, none of them pleasant.
So what happens after this battle is over?
Hopefully we can find the source and stop it before it causes any more damage. With luck, we'll also find Eamon and be able to help him.
Okay. There had better be a reward after all this.
Eamon would be in a better position to reward you, to be honest.
I should get back to work.
Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
Okay. Oh shit. Alistair approves. Liliana approves. Morrigan disapproves. What does she fucking not disapprove of? I'm gonna have to just give up and just fall in love with the precious redhead instead, with a talent for singing and bard talents. It's fine. It's so funny because it's such a Yennefer and Triss scenario, don't you think? It's literally Yennefer and Triss. Both absolutely valid choices. Our lesser is sold. For the one who delivers the sacred ashes of Our Lady will have the esteem of Redcliffe and all the riches it is in my power to grant. The Arling of Redcliffe was a source of constant trouble for Emperor Reveal during the occupation. It was rumoured that since each new report sent the Emperor into a fit of violent rage, his court had taken to poisoning messages before they could deliver their accounts. Isolde's family was the 10th to be given the difficult task of governing Redcliffe, and since most of the previous Arls had either been murdered by their bands or beheaded by the Emperor, they did not approach the job with a great deal of enthusiasm. Isolde met Aemon, not realizing he was the rightful heir to her father's domain, and quickly became smitten with him for being part of the resistance. Never mind that it was her family he was resisting. Perhaps a bit too romantic for her own good, she insisted upon staying behind with Aemon when the rest of her family was driven out. Cool. Okay, quest updated. Let's take a look. Oh, premium content. Soldier's Peak. Go to the party camp. The last time you traveled the open road, you caught a glimpse of a merchant in the distance. He appears to be following you. If you set up camp, he might be able to catch up to you. Interesting. So that's some DLC, but it's unlocked kind of right now. That's cool. The Blight. So we've got the Paragon. Our kind. Which is my tracked quest, but we're going to start tracking my Redcliffe one. Instead, a village under siege. Talk to Sir Perth and talk to Murdoch, the mayor, and Sir Perth and his knights. Cool. Okay, let us prepare for nightfall.
Let us pray. Blessed art thou who exists in the Maker's sight. Blessed art thou who seeks his forgiveness.
They're gone.
Blessed art thou.
Everyone's talking at once.
Blessed is the prophetess, his daughter, sacrificed to the holy flame.
Brave young man.
May the chant reach the Maker's
Your parents
ears
would
and
want
tell
that.
him of our
We need
contrition.
you here to protect the rest of us. Yes?
So much chatter.
There's a good lad. In the morning, we'll look for your parents. In the morning.
This old woman is the voice of the doctor that I can't remember the name of in Mass Effect. Pile of books. The founding of the Chantry. Cool. Cordelius Dracon, king of the city-state of Orlais, was a man of uncommon ambition. In the year -15 Ancient, the young king began construction of a great temple dedicated to the Maker and declared that by its completion, he would not only have united the warring city-states of the south, he would have brought Andrastian belief to the world. In -3 Ancient, the temple was completed. There, in its heart, Dracon knelt before the eternal flame of Andraste and was crowned ruler of the Empire of Orlais. His first act as emperor, to declare the Chantry as the established Andrastian religion of the Empire. It took 3 years and several hundred votes before Alessa of Montsimard was elected to lead the new Chantry. Upon her coronation as divine, she took the name Justinia, in honor of the disciple who recorded Andraste's songs. In that moment, the ancient era ended and the divine age began. It's from Ferelden Folklore and History by Sister Patrine, Chantry scholar. So, the founding of the Chantry is that beginning of the ages and the end of the ancient age. That's really cool. So the first age was called the Divine Age. Cool. I mean, that's one hell of a fucking age to start with. It's just divine. Every other age after that is lesser than divine.
I'm not frightened. Everybody thinks I am, but I'm not.
Oh, look at this book. It's bigger than me. The Chart of Light on the Commandments of the Maker. That book is literally bigger than me. Commandments of the Maker. These truths the Maker has revealed to me. As there is but one world, one life, one death. There is but one God, and he is our maker. They are sinners who have given their love to false gods. Magic exists to serve man, and never to rule over him. Foul and corrupt are they who have taken his gift, and turned it against his children. They shall be named Maleficar, accursed ones. They shall find no rest in this world or beyond. All men are the work of our Maker's hands, from the lowest slaves to the highest kings. Those who bring harm without provocation to the least of his children are hated and accursed by the Maker. Those who bear false witness and work to deceive others know this: there is but one truth. All things are known to our Maker, and he shall judge their lies. All things in this world are finite. What one man gains, another has lost. Those who steal from their brothers and sisters do not do harm to their livelihood and to their peace of mind. Our Maker sees this with a heavy heart. Transfiguration, I assume like chapter 1, pages 1 to 5, something like that. But it's in the book. It's in the Book of Dragons, Book of Dragon Ages.
If the monsters come in here, I'll pick up a stick and beat them out the door.
That's a great attitude.
It is not right. The Arl is dead. The king is dead. We are doomed.
We don't know that yet.
Where's my father? Nobody will tell me. I want my father.
I thought it was 3 children, so it's funny that one of them's an old woman.
You are of dwarven blood and a stranger amongst us, yet you defend a home that is not your own. We are grateful for that.
My dog is glitching out in the bottom left corner. I don't need a human god's gratitude. I have my own reasons to be here.
Which doesn't include protecting innocents. Regardless, I am grateful the Maker brought you to us. Allow me to introduce myself. I am revered Mother Hannah, head of this chantry, which for the moment is a place of refuge for these poor villagers.
How awful this must be for you all. Is this everyone who's left?
All those who cannot defend themselves, yes. They are terrified of tonight's attack, and I fear these walls will not keep them safe. What can I do to help with your task?
Just how safe is the chantry?
It is the sturdiest building in the village. The women, elderly, and children will stay here during the battle, while the militia and knights protect them. They set up a barricade outside the chantry to keep monsters from getting inside. If anything gets in, Ban Tegan is our only defense. Please, have mercy. Help these people. Do whatever you can.
I would like your blessing, Mother.
You would? That is, I mean, of course. I'd be happy to. Blessed art thou who exists in the Maker's sight. Blessed art thou who seeks his forgiveness. Blessed art thou who seeks his return. Blessed is the prophetess, his daughter, sacrificed to the holy flame. May the chant reach the Maker's ears and tell him of our contrition.
Thanks. My whole squad just staring at her. Dog picks the best moment to scratch. Van Tegan. Another book? I came here to read, not defend. Ah, this is what I fucking need, baby. Even though we've kind of gathered it from a lot of Codex entries, we got the Thetis calendar. Alright. Time to find out where we place. For most good folk, the details of our calendar have little purpose. It is useful only for telling them when the Summer Day Festival will be held, when the snows are expected to begin, and when the harvest must be complete. The naming of the years are a matter for historians and taxmen, and few, if pressed, could even tell you that the reason that our current age is named after dragons. It is 930 Dragon Age. So the 9th age, the 30th year, in the Age of Dragons, the 30th year of the 9th age since the crowning of the Chantry's first divine. Each age is exactly 100 years, with the next age's name chosen in the 99th year. The scholars in Valrayo advise the Chantry of portents seen in that 99th year, and Chantry authorities pore over the research for months before the divine announces the name of the imminent age. The name is said to be an omen of what is to come, of what the people of Thetis will face for the next 100 years. The current age was not meant to be the Dragon Age. Throughout the last months of the Blessed Age, the Chantry was preparing to declare the Sun Age, named for the symbol of the Elysian Empire, which at that time sprawled over much of the south of Thetis and controlled both Ferelden and what is now Navarra. It was to be a celebration of Elysian imperial glory. But as the rebellion in Ferelden reached a head and the Battle of River Dane was about to begin, a peculiar event occurred, a rampage, the rising of a dreaded high dragon. Dragons had been thought practically extinct since the days of the Navaran dragon hunts, and they say that to see this great beast rise from the Frostbacks was both majestic and terrifying. As the rampage began and the high dragon decimated the countryside in its search for food, the elderly divine Faustine II abruptly declared the Dragon Age. Some say the divine was declaring support for Olay in the battle against Ferelden, since the dragon is an element of the Dufhael family heraldry of King Megran, the so-called usurper king of Ferelden. But that, as it may, the High Dragon's rampage turned towards the Elysian side of the Frostback Mountains, killing hundreds and sending thousands more fleeing to the northern coast. The Ferelden rebels won the Battle of River Dane, ultimately securing their independence. Many thus think that the Dragon Age will come to represent a time of violent and dramatic change for all of Thedas. It remains to be seen. I mean, we're like a third of the way through, so that was 5 years ago. We're like just under a third of the way through the Dragon Age. There you go. That was really cool to get that exact information, because we'd been pondering on that for a while, so it's good to read it and get it in the game, you know?
I'm scared, Mother. When are the bad men coming?
Soon, darling. Don't worry. Everything will be all right.
I want to go home.
Demonic possession.
Where's Father? Why can't we go home?
I already told you. Father is outside defending the village from the bad men. We must stay here and be brave. Can you do that?
I guess so.
Time to read about demonic possession. I love that it's like, quick, we must prepare. The zombies are coming. And I'm like, sorry, I'm just looking upon my pages. I am being a fucking bookworm of a dwarf right now. That's my favorite part, being a like fucking nerdy dwarf. Demonic possession. Why do demons seek to possess the living? History claims they are malevolent spirits, the first children of the Maker, angry at their creator for turning from them and jealous of those creations he considered superior. They stare across the veil at the living and do not understand what they see, yet they know they crave it. They desire life. They pull the living across the veil when they sleep and prey on their psyche with nightmares. Whenever they can, they cross the veil into our world to possess it outright. We know that any demon will seek to possess a mage, and upon doing so will create an abomination. Most of the world does not know, however, that the strength of an abomination depends entirely on the power of the demon that possesses the mage. This is true, in fact, of all possessed creatures. One demon is not the same as any other. Demons can, for instance, be classified, Enchanter Brahm's characterization of demons, into that portion of the psyche they primarily prey upon, has held since the Tower Age. According to Brahm, the weakest and most common of demons are those of rage. They are the least intelligent and most prone to violent outbursts against anything living. They expend their energies quickly, the most powerful of them exhibiting great strength and occasionally the ability to generate fire. Next to the demons of hunger, in a living host they become cannibals and vampires, and within the dead they feed upon the living. Theirs are the powers of draining, both of life force and mana. Next are the demons of sloth, the first on Brahm's scale that are capable of true intelligence. In its true form, this demon is known as a shade, a thing which is nearly indistinct and invisible, for such is sloth's nature. It hides and stalks unaware, and when confronted, it sows fatigue and apathy. Demons of desire are amongst the most powerful, and are the ones most likely to seek out the living and actively trick them into a deal. Absolutely. These demons will exploit anything that can be coveted: wealth, power, lust, and they will always end up getting far more than they give. A desire demon's province is that of illusions and mind control. The classic make a deal with the devil type demons. Strongest of all demons are those of pride. These are the most feared creatures to loose upon the world. Masters of magic and in possession of vast intellect, they are the true schemers. It is they who seek most strongly to possess mages and will bring other demons across the veil in numbers to achieve their own ends. Although what that might be has never been discovered. A greater pride demon brought across the veil would threaten the entire world. From the Maker's First Children by Beta, Senior Enchanter of Ostwick in 8th, 12th, Blessed Age. Fucking all these lore books are just so good to read, like genuinely amazing.
Good day.
Good day, Arenia. Jetta.
You're a Grey Warden, right?
This is the wife.
Were you in Ostagar? In the Korkari Wilds? My husband and son went there to bring the chant of light to the chastened. But I haven't heard from them since.
I got you. Are you Jetta? I got your stuff.
I am. You've heard of me?
Mm-hmm. Just a hunch. Take care. Bye. Let's go with the gift first. Here! They're dead. I have something here from your husband.
Oh? Oh, his lockbox. If you're bringing me this... Oh no. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for bringing this to me. It means a lot to... Maker's blessings upon you.
Quest completed.
These are terrible times. Just terrible.
I'm so scared, Father. What are we going to do?
Silence, girl. Do you want the children to hear you?
But night is coming. The monsters will return and we sit here and wait for them.
We have no choice. We must pray and hope for the Maker's compassion.
I just hope everything will be all right. So many have already died.
I pointed out a detail a couple of episodes ago about how cool it is that your player character will look at who you highlight, which is really neat. Like you'll make eye contact and you'll look at them. But I just noticed there as well that when you walk past NPCs that are having a conversation, even if you don't even highlight them, whoever's talking, your character looks at. And that's really cool. I love that as a detail. You can manually do it here, but I was just observing that actually just take place. You just like sit there and just go, just a listening dwarf, you know, just here, just listening. I love that. Caitlin.
Sorry, am I bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet.
I'll leave you to your sniveling. Who are you?
My name's Caitlin, my lord. Pardon my manners, but you're a dwarf, aren't you? I mean, that is what you are, right?
Yes, I am.
You're very handsome. I never would have... I mean, I didn't expect... Never mind. Are you going to help us? Everyone says we're going to die tonight.
I love that. It's like, you're handsome. Bye. I'm afraid I have to go. I don't handle compliments well. See you later. You're not all going to die. Don't say that.
You're very kind to say that. I wish I could believe you.
Everyone else may die, but I will personally save you and take you back to my camp. You will be... You'll be safe, Caitlin. Don't worry. Try to be strong. Everyone is frightened.
It's my brother Bevan. He ran off. Maybe tried to leave the village. I'm so scared those things got him.
Not Bevan. Why would he run off? Do you know?
He said something about saving Mother. He's just a little boy. He doesn't understand she's gone.
If he has foolishly run off, then he is no doubt dead. You should get used to that fact.
Nice. Maybe you want to kick her in the head while you're at it.
Shall we comfort her with lies? If she is to face death, better she face it honestly.
I hope he didn't try to go to the castle. Oh, that would be awful.
Have you tried looking for your brother?
I went to our house. It's by the square. He wasn't there. I searched the rest of the village too. I called and I called, but he never answered. I wonder if he ran off into the woods. I'm so worried. Without me, he has nobody.
I will look for him.
You will? Thank you so much. Please find him.
Your missing child. Liliana approves. Okay. Find Bevan. Not to be confused with Devon or Kevin. But Bevan. Caitlin, a young woman who lives in Redcliffe, is afraid for her brother Bevan. Alright. Her mother was dragged off by the creatures from the castle. Now Bevan has run off. Caitlin doesn't know where he is, and she has failed to find him. You told Caitlin you would search for him. Okay. We'll take a look. Let us head to the village. Okay. I'm a quick save here real quick, because I haven't saved in a bit. Alright, let's take a look around.
You know, we don't have the men
I can't believe how cowardly and selfish Twin is being. I'm telling the missus he doesn't deserve her blackberry tart anymore.
Okay.
I guess this might be the last night after all. The king isn't coming. Nobody is.
So what can we do? Leave? Try to get out of the village?
And abandon everyone? No, we fight.
We've no other choice.
Nice. Smart AI. I had to test to see if they would shoot me. They did not. I'm too short. Too short anyway.
Still no sign of them coming back from the castle, Murdoch.
Tell them to maintain watch. I don't want a surprise attack before the sun goes down.
Yes, sir. What should we do until then?
Pray, and hope for a miracle.
That is one hell of a voice. Murdoch.
So you're the Grey Warden, are you? I heard they all died with the king.
I could be a ghost. You never know.
Huh. If it takes a ghost or two to kill a horde of evil monsters, I'll take it. But you look plenty alive to me. We aren't gonna turn aside anyone who wants to help, though. Don't take me for being an ingrate or nothing.
Well, we do want to help however we can. You can trust us.
Name's Murdoch, mayor of what's left of the village, providing we aren't all killed and hauled off to the castle tonight.
Have faith, good man. We will defeat this evil together. I love that the persuade option is so polite. Have faith, good man. We will defeat this evil together. That's such a dwarven sentence, isn't it? I don't know if we get experience points by doing persuade options. I would assume so, but who knows? You can call me Mapo.
Fair enough. What can I do for you?
How is morale, baby?
Morale's about what you'd expect. These men aren't soldiers. They're villagers defending their homes, and they're frightened. It would help if we had decent equipment. There weren't enough swords in Owen's shop, and the men's armor is nearly falling off. I don't think we're in any shape to fight. We'll do our best, of course, but, well, I have my doubts. I just hope I'm alive tomorrow morning.
I have some questions.
Oh? Ask away.
Where can I get supplies?
If you want weapons and such, you'd go to the blacksmith, but there isn't much left there.
But there's nowhere to actually buy or sell things?
Commerce isn't exactly our biggest concern right now, but you might want to speak to Lloyd at the tavern. I wouldn't trust him, though.
Okay, tell me about what's happened to you.
Don't rightly know. We heard the Arl was sick and getting worse, but after a while we heard nothing at all. A few folks went up to the castle to see what was going on. They couldn't get in. Nobody was there, not a soul. And then those horrid creatures attacked the village. They were everywhere, people dying. It was awful. Good thing Ban Tegan was here.
Do you know anything about Arlayman's illness?
No. I know the Arlessa sent the knights out for a cure. You can ask Sir Perth about it. He was one of them. All right.
What can I do to help?
We need what little armor and weapons we got repaired, and quickly, or half of us will be fighting without either. Owen's the only blacksmith who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even talk. If we're to be ready for tonight, we'll need that crotchety bastard's help.
Okay. Why does Owen refuse to talk to you?
His daughter, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, so he hasn't heard from her since this whole business started. He demanded we attack the castle, break down the gate, and force our way in. I said it was impossible, but he wouldn't listen. He's locked himself in the smithy now. I can't force him to do repairs. He said he'd rather die first.
Okay. Nobody else can do these repairs?
Not by nightfall, and not well enough that I'd be happy to test it in combat. If there were others, don't you think I'd ask them?
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate it. If he doesn't help, he'll die like the rest of us. What good will that do anyone then?
Okay, quest updated.
Have you spoken to Owen? Is he not the most stubborn fool you've ever met?
I haven't talked to him yet, no.
What are you waiting for? You need something from me?
Yes.
Oh? Ask away.
Why have you been stationed here?
We're the last defenders of them folks in the Chantry. The women, elderly, and the children. They're the ones we need to protect. No matter what happens, we can't let them evil things in there. If they die, the village is done.
Okay. Carry on, then.
Right. Let's hope we see morning.
Alright, so that's speaking to the mayor. I guess we just search for Bevan somewhere in this mess and hope for the rest. Caitlin's home. Let's look for clues. There do be a book in here. The Legend of Calenhad, Chapter 1. Well, this makes a happy dwarf. We didn't find a boy, but we did find a book. Much better. Prior to the crowning of King Calenhad, Ferelden was little more than a collection of independent Arlings and Turniers that warred on each other constantly over petty matters. Calenhad was born in the 5th age of the 10th year, an exalted age, as the third son of a high-ever merchant on hard times. I need to figure out how to say this better. I want to say the exalted age, the 5th age exalted. I just want to say it so smoothly without going 5, 10 exalted. The 10th year in the 5th age, the 10th year in the exalted age. I'll say that. The 10th year in the exalted age. I'm going to go with that. As the third son of a high-ever merchant on hard times, he was eventually sent to a distant cousin, a poor young knight named Sir Ferranen, who made Calenhad his squire and dog handler. As the tale goes, Sir Ferranen and his squire became caught up in one of the wars of unity at the time. Arl Meriden was a strong but generally disliked man who was making a bid for kingship. Ferranen's own lord, a young fool of an Arl named Tenedor, no older than Calenhad, was besieged by Meriden's forces at his castle, today known as West Hill. When Meriden called Tenedor out to parley, the young Arl asked for a volunteer from among the squires, someone who could masquerade as Tenedor in the parley party. Calenhad kneeled before Tenedor and asked for the honour. Much to Tenedor's and Sir Ferranen's dismay, Calenhad immediately identified himself to Arl Meriden when asked by the Arl why he was here. Calenhad explained that he had been asked to take the place of his lord. The Arl said that he had planned to kill Tenedor. Was Calenhad willing to die in his lord's place as well? Calenhad impressed Meriden and his allies by saying that he was. Meriden offered Calenhad a place as his own squire, but Calenhad refused, stating that if Meriden had planned on betraying the right of parley, he was no man of honour. Meriden's allies laughed at that, and Meriden himself conceded that Calenhad had a point. He allowed Calenhad to return to the castle safely and launched his final assault. During the assault, both Tenedor and Ferranen were killed, but Calenhad found himself in one-on-one combat with Arl Meriden. In front of all Meriden's allies, Calenhad defeated the Arl and commanded he call off his armies. The Arl asked Calenhad who he professed to serve now, if both his knight and his lord were dead, to which Calenhad replied that he would do as his honour bade him to, for he had nothing else. "You are not a man known for your honour," Calenhad said, "but I believe you wish to be. You allowed me to live once, and so now I do the same for you. Perhaps if more of our people lived by honour, we would learn to trust each other long enough to live together." And with that, Calenhad withdrew his sword. "I am humbled by your words," Arl Meriden told Calenhad, dropping to one knee. To his allies he shouted that he now knew he would never be king, but he knew who should be. With that, Meriden pledged allegiance to Calenhad, whom he named Terran and ruler of Tenedor's lands. From the Legend of Calenhad by Brother Heron, Chantry Scribe, in the 10th year of the 8th age. There you go. Cool. Legend of Calenhad. Nice. Anything else in here? No? Let us go upstairs to the second floor. There's a chest in here. We're not gonna find a child, but we are going to find loot.
It has begun.
It has begun. Oh, key required. Cautionary tales for the adventurous. All right, maybe as a reward, Caitlin will give for finding the boy. Caitlin will give us a key to the family loot chest. It was then that he realized he wasn't alone. The abandoned camp in front of him was unbelievably welcoming. Like a mirage, the fire felt like a warm hand grabbing his heart. It reminded him of a previous life, so long ago when he was happy, running on the sunflower fields with his boy, the sun on his face, laying next to the fireplace with his beautiful wife in his arms. He felt a sharp pain in his heart. His thoughts shifted to that fateful day when everything changed. Blood was everywhere. He held the body of his dead wife in his arms. Around him, the ashes of his burned house fell like snow. The stench was terrible. It smelled like darkspawn. He grabbed his axe, touched the icy cold hands of his boy, and left. He would kill them. He would kill them all. The pain in his heart was unbearable. He opened his eyes and saw the second most terrifying thing he would see in his life, a shadowy wraith leaning over him, leeching his life away. Around him, the camp was gone, replaced by something familiar, almost peaceful. Bones, death, and despair. He wondered if all his life had been an illusion, if he'd ever had a family. For a brief moment, he felt relief. You can't lose something you've never had. But being this close to death brought clarity. He knew it was real. Everything else was the illusion. You could see a smile on his torn face. He had been waiting for this moment for a long, long time. He lifted his weak arms, grasped the demon's face, and kissed it. It felt like kissing a cloud made of sand and dust. Suddenly, all sorrow left him, and with it, the last bit of life he had. Before his limp body hit the ground, it was all over. He was finally free. From Cautionary Tales for the Adventurous by Brother Ramos of Gilherm in the 94th year of the 7th age. Cool. A cautionary tale indeed. Don't go kissing demons.
Shall be done.
Shall be done. Okay, well, Caitlin was telling the truth. That house do be empty. It do have knowledge. That's about it. We're basically just going to run around all of Redcliffe now and just check it out. Talk to everyone, find everybody, get to know people, see what happens. And prepare ourselves for nightfall. A note, a tattered shopping list. Sugar, wheat flour, a fillet knife, ginger for Grandpa's flatulence, ink, cod liver oil, dried mushrooms, and rouge, or lesion. Also remember to ask if more beeswax will be available soon. A note on crumpled paper. Now is that rogue or lesion? We want to buy a rogue, or is it rouge or lesion rouge? In the barrel, let's have a look. There is lamp oil in these barrels. Why did it update a quest? Let's have a look. Find a use for the barrels of oil. You notice some barrels of oil in the general store. Someone could use them to defend Redcliffe. Yeah, not a bad idea. Pop them on the thing and then light them on fire with some fire arrows when they're attacking. Not a terrible idea.
As you say.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Ooh, right. You are a rogue. Just be talking shit, don't you, Liliana? Like, what was that? What was that? Okay? Like, what was that? She says with full confidence, I got this. We'll just wait for a level up, won't we? Before the rogues start looting general store chests. God, that's so funny. Lake Calenhad, no swimming. Bruh, why are these boats out so far and nobody in them? Lake Calenhad. Legends of Lake Calenhad. Nice. You get codex entries of this size by reading a wooden sign. Most people would think to ignore that. I'm glad that I'm clicking on fucking everything. Lake Calenhad. The waters of Lake Calenhad are steeped in legends. The Avar people say that it was once the site of Belanus, the mountain which stood at the center of the world, from which Korth, the mountain father, surveyed the earth and sky. But it was destroyed in the battle between Korth and the serpent Nathramar, leaving only a vast crater behind. When the Lady of the Skies saw that Belanus was gone, she wept, and her tears filled the crater, making the lake. The Tevinters believed that the waters of Lake Calenhad were blessed by the Razakale, god of mysteries, and that those who drank from them were granted special insights. This was why they built the Great Tower on an island in the middle of the lake, hoping the powers of the lake would aid their magical research. But most of us know the legend of King Calenhad, which gives the place its name. It is said that Calenhad Theron spent a year and a day in the Tower of the Magi. Each day, he drew a single cupful of water from the lake and carried it to the Formari at the top of the tower. By magic, each cup of water was forged into a single ring of the mail armor the Circle gave to Calenhad. In that armor, made from the lifeblood of the land itself, no blade could strike him, no arrow pierce him, so long as he stood on Ferelden's soil. From Thedas, Myths and Legends by Sister Petrine, Chantry Scholar. That's all we need to do, baby! To defend ourselves against the Horde, magical water armor. Let's go. There's a lot of names in here that I see for the first time, and basically I just give them pronunciation that sounds fantasy-like. Like, I've indulged in enough fantasy language to look at something and go, Belanus sounds like the name, not Belanus. Like you can sometimes just read a word and you can assume that it would be spelt that way, like Nathramar instead of Nathrama. Good old Nathrama. So some of them are probably at least partially accurate, but there's never a way to tell until it's said out loud by a character in the game. Doing my best.
It has begun.
Money. Money, please. These columns are really interesting. Great architecture. They're like, we want to have fish deep-throating wooden pillars. It's very decorative. Okay, so that was that side of the area. Let's go over here. So we went over there, so we want to check this one now. Dwin's home.
As you say.
The door is locked. It looks like it has been recently repaired. Oh, I can just pick the lock. Let's knock on the door. Hello? Morrigan's just shrugging. We're going to leave for now. We will maybe return here. Yeah, we can pick the lock later. If we need to. It's good to see, by holding tab, the doors that we don't have to waste our time on. Which is nice. I like that, at least.
You are very beautiful, Morrigan.
Tell me something I do not know.
But you are always dressed in such rags. It suits you, I suppose. A little tear here, a little rip there to show some skin. I understand.
You understand I lived in a forest, I hope?
Maybe we could get you in a nice dress one day. Silk. No, maybe velvet. Velvet is heavier, better to guard against the cold in Ferelden. Dark red velvet. Yes. With gold embroidery. It should be cut low in the front, of course. We don't want to hide your features.
Stop looking at my breasts like that. 'Tis most disturbing.
You don't think so? And if it's cut low in the front, we must put your hair up. Show off that lovely neck.
You are insane. I would sooner let Alistair dress me.
It'll be fun, I promise. We'll get some shoes too. Shoes! We could go shopping together.
I really hate that they used girly shopping trope in a fantasy setting, but I do find the dialogue funny at the very least. But Morgan just be like, Liliana, can you not look at my breasts, please? Again, another bridge, another another character interaction. It seems that bridges in locations is where the characters will talk to each other. It would have been nice if Alistair also said something in response to that as he was name dropped. But you never know if also including the dog as a fifth party member could potentially even like mess with dialogue sometimes. Part of me just wants to go through, like, you could just literally enter a house, exit, go over the bridge, get dialogue, and just rinse and repeat that, but it just feels so unnatural. So hopefully we can get more dialogue just naturally as time goes on, instead of just wearing it out, because then we'll probably get to a point of the game where we'll be crossing bridges and they just won't have anything to say to each other anymore. So I'd like to avoid that. You know, like, oh, we got to know each other so quickly, so soon, and now we have nothing more to say to each other. Going to run up here into the cliffs of Redcliffe.
It shall be done.
Frozen lightning, what is that? Okay, frozen lightning is a common name for a crystal that can naturally store electricity, which has made it a sought-after ingredient in the composition of several items and salves. Crushing it gives us a small bonus to electricity resistance. Cool.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
We're just not going to talk about this, okay? We're both very skilled rogues, and the rest of the party doesn't need to know that we can't get this open. We'll come up with an excuse, okay? Magically bound chest, Pandora's box style. We'll come back to it when we can probably fight the evils within. I think they bought it. Insufficient skill. Pfft. Pah! There is no chest that I cannot open. Chests fear me. Let's check this location. The house. Just an unassuming house with Durnal garrison. Nice bed you've got here. That's a shame I can't read that book, but let's have a look at this bookshelf. The Ballad of Aisley. The wind that stirs their shallow graves carries their song across the sands. Heed our words, hear our cry, the grey are sworn, in peace we lie. Heed our words, hear our cry, our names recalled, we cannot die. When darkness comes and swallows light, heed our words, and we shall rise. From the Ballad of Aisley, said to have been written after the Battle of Aisley, which ended the Fourth Blight in the 20th year in the Fifth Age. The Fourth Blight. Okay, so we had our Fourth Blight in the Fifth Age. A chest.
I could do that for you.
I'm pretty sure we got the same skill level, dude. I'm pretty sure we had the same skill level. I'm actually... What's the skill for the lockpicking? Oh, hang on. It's the talent, is it not? It's the improved something? Hang on. It's a skill, right? Is it not a skill? Hold on. Because this is stealing. And this is persuasion. Yeah, it's deft hands, right? A bonus when picking locks. So we've got improved tools. Okay, mechanical expertise is the next one. And then, is it not also cunning? Interesting. And what is Liliana's? You have the second one too, so both have the same. So one of us is going to get level 3, and we're going to see how that... we're going to see what happens. We're going to see who can open these goddamn chests. But none of us can open them, apparently. I thought that was a staircase. It's a bunch of wood.
Yes? What can I do for you?
Nothing.
Very well.
Bye. I'll be back, I suppose. I have nothing to say to you. Get out. This is my house now.
I'm wondering, Morrigan.
Another bridge.
Do you believe in the Maker?
Certainly not. I've no primitive fear of the moon, such that I must place my faith in tales so that I may sleep at night.
But this can't all be an accident. Spirits, magic, all these wondrous things around us, both dark and light. You know these things exist.
The fact of their existence does not presuppose an intelligent design by some absentee father figure.
So it is all random then? A happy coincidence that we are all here.
Attempting to impose order over chaos is futile. Nature is, by its very nature, chaotic.
I don't believe that. I believe we have a purpose. All of us.
Yours, apparently, being to bother me.
And yeah, they must have just put all of the bridge moments together as NPCs. So Perth, hello. You sit up here, all alone. And by all alone, I mean with these knights that are near you.
No word from the castle?
Juste's Grace. Juste's Grace, a small white wildflower commonly known as Juste's Grace.
Is still, as it has been for days. And it is an unnatural stillness, as though there is naught in there but death.
Say no more. The Arl lives, and I will not listen to your inauspicious chatter.
Oh, it's sort of like coming home again, but with more undead.
Large wooden round shield. Nice view. Check that castle out, though. That's a massive place to go and check out. Alright, let's talk to... Oh, hang on. Landmark tree. Your hound seems particularly interested in this landmark. Dog. Hello, you are barking excitedly, dog. Do you see anything interesting? Okay, that's fine. Bad dog? Bad Dex. Okay. I thought you... Maybe I'll investigate it as the dog. Good boy. Okay, become dog. Walk up to tree, and I'm gonna piss on it. Yep, Mabari Dominance is now active. I knew I was gonna piss on a tree. Such a dog move. Mabari Dominance... Mabari hounds are descended from pack hunters, and like their ancestors, they are highly influenced by a defined order of dominance. The primary method of determining that order is by claiming territory through scent marking major landmarks. Once established, the dominant Mabari gains a substantial increase in confidence and stature within his territory, a trait that indirectly benefits master as well as hound. That's awesome. So, if I literally just go to a new location, find something to piss on, my dog will there be better off for it. Good stuff. Jolly good show. Let's speak to Sir Perth. Haven't saved in a while.
Greetings, Grey Warden. I am as relieved as Ban Tegan is to see you here. I must admit I am unfamiliar with addressing a dwarf of your station. I do not wish to be rude.
Call me my lordest of dwarfsons, please. Lord of all dwarves. That is me. And nobody will acknowledge it, but it's definitely me. Call me Mapo if you would. That's right. Call me by my true name.
As you wish, and thank you kindly. I am Sir Perth, until recently in direct service of Arl Eamon of Redcliffe. For now my charge is defending the village from these evil assaults. Would that I had chosen not to seek out the urn of sacred ashes. Perhaps I would have fended off whatever evil befell the castle, or perhaps I would be dead. Ah well, with a Grey Warden aiding our defence, perhaps all is not lost.
Have you considered using the oil in the village store?
No one told me of this. Oil, you say? How much exactly?
Enough to lather all of us in it so we can slippery slope our way through to victory. We just lather ourselves up in oil. That's how we'll use it. Enough to set many monsters aflame.
Assuming that would hurt them. Yes, I see what you have in mind. That might be effective, if used carefully. Yes, excellent idea. I'll send some men to collect the oil. We'll use it to slow these creatures down. Have you anything else to ask me in the meantime?
My favorite part is that he was very cautious about that, and then you could tell that he had an internal conflict and went, actually, excellent idea. Hopefully fire hurts the beasts, the monsters, so they don't end up just being fiery monster zombies that charge into town, shrugging off the flames, and they just burn the whole village down to the ground. You know, that would be great. Imagine if that was actually... I would low-key love that if that was how it happened. Like, we just, you know, will assume, oh, fire will do damage to them. Fine. And then it's just the complete opposite. It's just like spins it on his head. Actually, it just turns them into flaming monsters and they burn the town to the ground and everybody died and it was your fault. I have some questions for you.
Ask me whatever you wish.
Tell me about what's happened here.
You know about as much as I do. I returned a day before the attacks began, having heard strange rumors about the abandoned castle. I was the only knight to survive the first attack. Since then, I found others returning from the Arlessa's quest. Until we get to the source of this evil, though, I do not think it will stop, and I don't believe we will be enough.
Tell me about the quest for the Sacred Urn.
When the Isle fell sick, we were at a loss. Nothing worked to cure him, and he just kept getting worse. Finally, Arlessa Isolde came up with a plan. The Urn of Sacred Ashes is a legendary artifact said to hold great healing powers. If found, it might save him.
According to the legend, the followers of Andraste brought her ashes back to Ferelden to hide them from the Imperium.
We knights volunteered to seek it out. Few of us have returned. Many are still out there, unaware of what is happening here.
Why did the Arlessa believe anyone could find the urn?
The Jarl once employed a scholar, Brother Genetivi. He had proof the urn was in Ferelden, or so I was told.
Okay. Can no one find the other knights and bring them back?
Eventually, perhaps. The ones I have here were those near enough to recall within the last few days. I only returned myself because I was passing by Redcliffe and heard the news of strange attacks.
So what was the Jarl sick with?
We were never certain. He thirsted for water and then grew weaker and weaker. He brought in a mage, but even that did nothing. The Arlessa believed he was cursed and that we needed the power of Andraste herself, or he would surely perish.
So the knights left the castle defenseless?
Not at all. A great number of soldiers remained in Castle Redcliffe. I wonder if they perished there and were transformed into these things. The thought chills my blood. As you wish.
Is there anything I can do to help?
We have sufficient armor and weapons, but my knights are too few to stand against the monsters without assistance. Perhaps you could approach Mother Hannah in the Chantry for some holy protection against these evil creatures. Otherwise, I do not know what else you could provide beyond your own talents. We're as prepared for the onslaught as we could possibly be, all things considered.
I am getting some conflicting information here. Mayor Murdoch says there is not enough weapons and equipment. But sure. Guess we're fine, apparently, in Sir Perth's opinion. But we can go and get blessed, which I've already done. I'll see what I can do.
That gladdens my heart to hear it.
Okay, is there anything else you need?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the Mayor Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are.
Okay, so he just refers to them. There's just separate groups. He's like, yeah, we're fine. Those guys down in the village, though, not good.
As you wish, Grey Warden. Make a watch over you.
I said to call me Mapo. How dare you not have the dialogue instilled within you to say it out loud? How dare they not put Mapo in the game's dialogue? All right, Morrigan, level up. We will level up your willpower and magic, I would assume. Let's do... Oh, you've already got a specialization in you, cheeky. Yeah, no shit. This the shapeshifter. So a +2 to Constitution, which is already only a 10, +1 to armor. Rumors speak of barbarians that hold secrets of transforming the body into the form of animals. The Circle of Magi denies such rumors, but this rare art survives in the long-forgotten corners of Thedas. Mastery of their bodies allows shapeshifters some protection, even in human form, making them durable opponents and staunch allies. So staunch. Alright. I'm gonna give willpower. I feel like Constitution, you know, you might need a little bit more health, right? Just like a little bit more. I'm gonna do that. A spell. Oh, please give me healing, please. As much as I would love to do, like, all of this would be great. Oh, this is only for the caster. It's a personal one. Rock armor. How fucking selfish. Can become a bear? Yeah, we're gonna need healing. Enhances an ally's aptitude in battle. Paralysis. A glyph of paralysis. The first enemy who crosses its bounds. Nice, so that's like magic traps. Spell Wisp. Spell bonus to spell power. Spell Shield. Mana Drain. Walking Bomb. Force field. Ooh, immune to damage for the duration of the spell, but cannot move. Friendly fire possible. Entropy, weakness, affliction hex, death magic, draining residual life force, and it heals the caster. That's cool. Affliction hex, penalties to cold resistance, electricity resistance, fire, nature, and spirit resistance. Penalties to attack and defense, and reducing movement speed unless it passes a check. Alright, well, we'll go for healing. So that has a medium range. Healing an ally. It's just, so I think it has a medium range, but I don't think it just covers anyone in that range because it just says an ally by a moderate amount. Rejuvenate. To the selected ally, a short-term boost to mana or stamina regen. Regeneration infuses an ally with beneficial energy, accelerating health regen, and mass rejuvenation, stream of rejuvenating energy to all members of the party, significantly increasing mana and stamina regeneration for a short time. Interestingly enough, these are all dedicated to, well, actually, no, sorry, rejuvenate and mass rejuvenation are only for mana and stamina. This is literally the only healing spell right there, and it's only for one. Regeneration is health regen. So we'll just do healing, obviously, and then what I'm going to do is we're going to go right into our tactics screen for Morrigan, and Morrigan is going to have... She can do drain life on herself. I'm going to get rid of this one, and we're going to have ally with their health under 50% because health can fucking disappear quickly, and we're going to have heal. So an ally with their health under 50% will heal, and I'm going to make that a primary tactic because healing is important. So I'm going to put that bad boy in. Oh, actually, and then what I might do for her as well is... I love that I have one specifically just for Alistair, being like, if he's being attacked because he fucking dies all the time, freeze the enemies. I reckon I might actually get rid of this drain life one for a sec, and we'll focus on, I'll just command her and heal if I need. But I would say self, and if their mana or stamina level is under 25%, they will use an item. They will use their lyrium potion. I would say the least powerful one at 25%, just the least powerful one. So it doesn't need to like fucking go for all of my good shit at the first, you know, use. But that's gonna be good, I reckon. I will save. All right, let's have a chat.
Why would Mother Hannah deny us the Maker's protection? I do not understand.
That's interesting. I mean, she did it to me. She must like me. I am a handsome dwarf, after all.
If only Mother Hannah could help us, it would be good to know the Maker is on our side.
I guess I need to go chat to her again and be like, hey, I know you blessed me, but now can you bless these bad boys?
It is good you elected to help defend the village, but I doubt we will make it through the night.
Okay, bro. Nice to know that you are fucking steadfast. To the windmill! Ooh, a love letter. Ooh! Correspondence Interruptus, a collection of embarrassing personal communications between the spoiled wealthy and their objects of possession. You are filthy, a beast, such depravity I have never been forced to suffer. How words are so laden when they leave your lips is beyond decent imagining. Madam, I love you, Sir Orgold. That is how we all feel about Morrigan. Alright. Ooh, oh, what is this? Okay. This is the bed in the windmill where sweet lovemaking occurs. Not very comfortable on top of whatever the fuck this is, but we got to replace the hay.
I shall do.
Don't crash. Oh my god. I was like, whoa, black screen of death. That was not nice. I guess this is our way up and across to the castle, so we'll head back down. We will head back down, and there is a house over there. More dialogue, please. What? You've broken my rule that I've established for you. You must talk, dialogue, when we cross a bridge. Now I'm upset. I guess they have nothing else to say to each other. I guess what we could do is if we wanted to focus on some specific interactions, we could do something like this.
Oh, blasted.
Interesting that I had my dog on my party there.
Of all the...
There
Indeed.
we go.
Yes.
So if I do this, and then we cross this bridge, maybe because there's like a conflicting or an additional member in the party, it like changes it. At the very least, at least the dog mod is implemented correctly now. When we first implemented it, it wasn't. That's why it was causing the game to crash and be weird, because now I can just like have the dog, take the dog out, put Sten in, accept it, and then the dog is implemented as this companion correctly, which is nice. Okay, I can't force companion dialogue to take place. You just have to hope that it happens as you travel. I guess we'll go down to that next bridge and see if it happens. Oh, the tavern. Nice. Okay. Stuck. Tavern. Hello, Bella.
Another doomed soul come to drown their sorrows here, I see. If you came here for a drink, you'll have to talk to Lloyd. He's got a vice grip on the spigots. I'm just here to keep the boys from mutiny.
Ooh, what do you know about that elf in the corner? This is like, you travel to the tavern in Bree in Lord of the Rings, and instead of Aragorn being Strider, it's Legolas in the corner instead. What do you know about that elf in the corner? I have not even clocked an elf yet, but apparently there is one.
Not much. He's very quiet. Says his name's Beric and he's here to meet his brother, but I think he's lying. He's a bit creepy.
Beric, okay. We're gonna call him Strider. Okay. So how's business been?
What business? Without the castle soldiers, the only customers we have are local. And they're all in the militia with no money to spend. The few with any money are here, but it's not enough to justify working. Lloyd's a greasy pig. And if I didn't need this job so badly,
Pretty girl like you should be able to do better. You deserve something better than this. God, some of the dialogue is so bad when it gets to that kind of stuff. You're so much better than this place. You don't care for Lloyd, I take it?
he gropes me and pays me next to nothing. But I suppose it could be worse. Not like I've got many options.
I could talk to Lloyd about this. I'll just take it upon myself to do this. I only just arrived here and I've never met you before in my life.
No, that'll just make things worse. And that's very sweet, but I'll be fine.
No, I insist. I will murder him for you. Why don't you leave?
And go where? With no money and no prospects, I just end up somewhere else working for someone worse.
See, you are smart. You know exactly what you're doing. You could leave if you had some help. What am I supposed to do? Fucking set her up for life now? I see.
What can you do? Girls like me don't get much choice if we don't want to join the Chantry. And it's too late to get married.
Is it too late to get married, though? And then the next dialogue option is, shouldn't you be at the Chantry, even though she just said she doesn't want to join it? I should go.
Keep safe.
Alright, thanks, lass. Why is my squad all the way over there? Exactly. Get over here. Oh, they have chess in Dragon Age. Let's go. Okay, he's not exactly in the corner, like being all inconspicuous like. He's just literally sat here. Like, if he was like moody over in the bottom corner or something, I'd get it, but he's just chilling. We'll talk to him though. Militiamen, and militiamen.
I can't believe Lloyd won't even give us some free ale. A time like this, and all he thinks about is turning a profit.
Did you expect any different? That bastard's always been cheaper than an ant from the hall.
Here we are defending the village, and he don't even have the decency to help us out.
Okay. Better you should be drunk for the upcoming battle.
I was drunk for the last 2 fights, and I wouldn't have it any other way. If you fought those things, you'd know.
Lloyd is charging us for coin we don't even got anymore. Nobody's working right now. We're all just trying to survive.
What difference does it make? He won't care.
Quest updated. Okay, Perth and his knights are ready to defend Redcliffe. Perth agrees that setting undead on fire is a good thing. He's going to use the oil. Seek out divine protection, talk to the stubborn blacksmith, convince the barkeep to give the militia free drinks. You've learned that Redcliffe militia is unhappy because they have to pay for drinks. Oh, how dare they. The men do not have coin, and they face the prospect of a gory death. Ale is their only comfort. Alright. I'm a dwarf, I love me ale. I will talk to the man. Perhaps I will end up just stealing from him because I'm a roguish gentleman. A lover and a fighter. Graffiti. Oh. What? Where? Graffiti. Graffiti in Redcliffe's tavern. A note to diners. Don't eat the cheese. Scratch into the bar of Redcliffe's tavern. Alright, this is why tab to highlight items needs to exist in this game. Lloyd, why should I not eat the cheese? Is it made out of, you know, something? Is it not traditional cheese?
Hello there, friend. Can't say we've ever met before. Stranger to the village, I take it. Haven't had many travelers lately. All this nonsense is bad for business. Bet you regret coming, yes?
It's really funny that Gideon Emery's voice is so recognizable that you can tell even when he's putting on a voice, which is very rare, because Gideon Emery usually is just Gideon Emery in all of his voice roles. So whenever he puts on a voice, it's interesting, but still recognizable. All this nonsense is bad for business. Bruh, you might die tomorrow. What do you mean?
Oh, you know, evil creatures, impending doom, civil war, and the Earl's dead in the castle. Makes you thirsty, don't it? So, what'll it be? You are here to drink, I hope.
Who are you, anyway?
Name's Lloyd. We don't get many dwarves out here. Occasional trader, maybe. You're a smith? I hear old Owen could use a replacement.
Not all dwarves are smiths, you know.
I suppose. Never thought about it much. Something else I can get for you?
My dog is poking through Alistair in a very scary way. I hear you're charging the militia for ale.
Why shouldn't I? They may not have much coin, but I'm not giving it away for free.
I will definitely be doing a persuade option. Think of the goodwill you'll earn.
Goodwill? Pah! I prefer the good gold, that's what.
I am supposed to be a persuasive, charming gentleman. Look into the dome that is my bald head and fucking do what I want. Their money won't help you if you're dead.
Hey, there's no need for that kind of talk. That's murder.
Oh, wait. Oh, I thought we were talking about the attack tonight. I didn't think I was threatening him. I thought it just meant that he was gonna fucking die in the attack. I call it taking out the trash. Can I go? I didn't mean to threaten him that I was gonna kill him. Have it your way.
Something else I can get for you?
Yeah, just forget that I said that. Let's try again.
Why shouldn't I? They may not have much coin, but I'm not giving it away for free.
Damn. So it's me paying the cost. 100 silvers is 1 gold coin, correct? How much money do I have?
Something else I can get for you?
How generous am I feeling today?
Right then.
How much money do I have? 35. 35 silver pieces, 24 gold pieces, 15 copper pieces. Yeah, I believe 100 silver equals 1 gold. I believe I can spare that.
Hey, what can Lloyd get you?
Actually, let me just double check when I'm going to save the game, and then I'm going to see what happens to my money when that happens. So technically, I believe that should just go down to 23 gold pieces, if I'm correct, right? I can't talk to you anymore, apparently. Okay,
hey,
there we go.
What can Lloyd get you?
Militia.
Why shouldn't I? They may not have much coin, but I'm not giving it away for free.
Would 100 silvers cover their drinks?
Aye, it would indeed. And much obliged for the business. All right. Militia drinks are paid for thanks to this gentleman here. Show him a bit of thanks, I'd say.
You're a saint, you are. I hope you didn't pay more than a few coppers for this swill.
Hope you all drown in it. Something else I can get for you? Right.
So
I've got some supplies too, in case you're interested. With the store closed down, it doesn't hurt to pick up some of the slack, eh?
Okay. Yep, it went down to 23. I'm correct. Nice. So, let me just fucking talk about this ripoff. Is 1 ale is 2 copper pieces, right? 2. There was 3 militiamen there. I just gave 100 silvers, which I'm assuming is 1,000 copper pieces. Would it be 100 of these would be 1 silver? So I just paid for, like, if that math is correct, right? If that math is correct, 100 copper pieces equaling 1 silver piece. How do I do this math? Watch my brain work in real time. 100 copper pieces equals 1 silver piece. So 100 divided by 2 copper pieces is 50. So I can buy 50 ales with 100 copper pieces. So 50 times 10 for 100 silver. That's 500 ales? Did I just buy 500 ales for the militiamen just then? Definitely overcharged. I think. At least I think so. I don't think I have any Mabari Crunch yet. I haven't bought any. Restores a small amount of their health and stamina over time and cures it of a single injury. I'm gonna buy some of these because I don't actually have any yet. Yeah, 100 copper pieces. I just bought 500 ales. That's so funny. I could have just, and obviously because this is a gift, so it's only 1, but it's funny when you take that in mind. Oh, why is that separate? Interesting. Health poultice recipe. I still don't have improved herbalism, but I'm going to need that at one point. All right. Anyway, yeah, we lost 1 gold piece.
That's mighty kind of you to help us. We thought nobody would come to our aid.
I can't believe I'm still alive. I guess that could change tonight. Maker, help us all.
Then the thing, it leapt right on him, started chewing his face. He started screaming, trying to push it off him, and I couldn't even help.
Okay. What are you talking about? All right, let's speak to Berwick.
Not looking for company.
Okay. I hear you're Berwick.
What? How did you know that? Well, that's my name. Why?
You said you were waiting for your brother.
My what? Oh, yes. He was supposed to meet me here. And then I got stuck here when monsters from the castle attacked.
Okay. I'm supposed to believe that.
Look, I don't know you, and I don't want to. I was just told to... just leave me alone.
I find it funny that this isn't even a persuade or an intimidate option. What do you mean? What were you told to do?
Nothing. Nobody told me to do anything. Just because you're a Grey Warden doesn't mean you can go around threatening people.
I haven't said anything. Here we go. Here's our persuade and intimidate. This will be easier if you just tell me what you're hiding.
I don't want trouble. I'm going to the Chantry now. Just leave me alone.
Am I an intimidating rogue? I'm definitely not going to say sorry to bother you, you punk ass. Stop right there. Answer my questions or else. I've got Sten with me.
All right, I'll tell you. Just don't hurt me. This is more than I bargained for. Look, they just paid me to watch the castle and send word if anything should change.
Oh.
But they never said anything about monsters. I haven't even been able to report anything since this started. I'm stuck, same as you, I swear.
Interesting, but how do you know I'm a Grey Warden, though? What are you supposed to watch the castle for?
Just to report any changes, honest. All I could send word about was the Arl getting sick. After that, monsters started coming from the castle.
Who are they? Who hired you to do this?
A tall fellow. I forget his name. He, said he was working for Hal. Arl Rendon Hal. He's an important man, Terran Logain's right hand. So I didn't do anything wrong.
Interesting. How do I know you're telling the truth?
Here, this is a letter from them. It has instructions and everything. Keep it, do whatever you want with it. I just thought I was serving the king and making a bit of coin on the side. You have to believe me.
Okay. I do believe you kill him. Start running, want you out of the village. Oh. And here I thought I was looking at a potential new party member. That's why I left him till last. My guy's a named character, mysterious elf type with bow and arrow. I don't have an elf in my party yet. New party member. Instead, it's, I am going to kill you or tell you to fuck off. I think you should help defend Redcliffe tonight.
Fitting.
Oh, all right. I'll do it. Thank you for your mercy. I won't forget it.
Interesting. Okay. Sten approves. I got Sten approval. Codex updated. So if we didn't have Sten with us, we wouldn't even get anyone's approval. And we'd probably get Morrigan's disapproval. Beric, we need your eyes and ears in Redcliffe. Stay in the village, keep your head down, and watch the castle. Report any changes, and you'll be well paid. A letter in Beric's possession. Interesting. Well, it does pay to have Sten in our party sometimes, then. We've got an approval. That is not a way out. Okay. Fellas, get out of my way. Alright, let's leave. So the militiamen are going to be sufficiently drunk tonight for their fight. That's great. The black screen of doom is really scary whenever it keeps happening, instead of getting a normal loading screen. I'm going to try and also get into the habit of pressing like the F1 buttons to switch party members. I kind of just forget and I just go straight for clicking at them. Okay. Oh, yep. There you are. Alright, I'm going to cross this bridge. Dialogue?
Why are you here?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Women are priests, or merchants, or artisans, or farmers. None of those have any place fighting.
I have no idea how to answer this.
It is not done. There is no more to it.
Do you mean your people have no female mages or warriors?
Of course not. Why would our women wish to be men?
What are you talking about? They don't wish to be men.
They shouldn't. That can only lead to frustration.
Sten! No, never mind. Let's drop this.
Okay, so Sten is obviously from a different culture, but still sexist. He's just like, why do you wish to be a man? Women have roles, and it is in the kitchen, he says. Well done, Sten. You're hitting it off greatly with my party members. I was like, I want to put Sten in my party for dialogue. Oh no, Sten is a misogynist. Oh no. Okay, let's, I guess, go into this house, because this must be Owen's blacksmithing land, and he, no, but this is, hang on, Dwyn, not Owen. Hang on a second. Where's the blacksmith at? Windmill, a landmark tree that we pissed on, house, smithy. Oh, smithy's right there. Okay, let us go back to the smithy. I almost just kicked down this door, being like, all right, blacksmith, answer yourself. Oh, sorry, wrong door. Smithy is here. Oh, tucked away in the corner here. There you go. Blacksmithy.
Curse you!
Curse
Leave
you!
me in peace. You've already taken everything out of my stores. There's nothing left.
Okay. Is this Owen, the blacksmith? I need to speak with you.
Huh? Who is that? What do you want? I've been through enough.
So she's like, what do you want? I prefer not to speak through a door. Can I come in?
Certainly not. I don't know you and I don't want to. Off you go.
Okay, now he's a dick. I'd try again on persuade. Please, I just want to talk to you.
All right, all right. I don't know why you're so determined. Here, I'll get the locks.
Nice.
Maker's breath. What is that smell? It's like someone set a brewery on fire.
Somebody's been drinking.
So I let you in. You wanted to talk. Now we're talking. Mind telling me who you are?
My name is Mapo, a Grey Warden, helping Ban Tegan.
A Grey Warden, is it? It takes all kinds. Funny, you didn't sound like a dwarf through the door. Can't say I expected that. Anyhow, my name's Owen, though you might already know that. Care to join me as I get besotted? Or is there something in particular you wanted?
Why have you looked yourself in the smithy?
My girl, Velena, is one of the Alessa's maids, and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her. She's been my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's dead, or soon to be. I don't care what happens to me or the village, or anyone!
Okay. So you intend to drink yourself to death?
Why not? It's not like we're going to live past the night anyhow. Or are you going to save us?
I intend to try.
Is that so? Maybe it's the drink talking, but you almost sound like you believe that. It'd do me the world of good to think maybe someone like you could go in and find her. Provided any of us live through the night.
What about the militia? They need your help.
If you look for Velena, I'll reopen the smithy and make some repairs for the militia. I can do that much.
Okay. I'll do my best. I'm not going to put the notion in his mind about, oh, might be dead. I'll just say I'll do my best.
Not good enough.
Oh.
Murdoch said the same damn thing, and I didn't believe him either. I want to promise. Promise me that you'll look for her. That you'll bring her back to me if you can.
God damn it, man. I like that it at least doesn't say lie. I promise you I'll find her.
I'll accept that. It's something to hope for, at least.
Is this a promise we will not keep?
What's this?
I said nothing to you, human.
Right then. It seems I have some work to do relighting the forge, and I suppose I'll have to find some iron. Maybe at the mill. Oh, Murdoch just better send his men here as soon as possible if I'm gonna get to all these repairs and get them done by nightfall. If you need anything done, well, just let me know. I've got a lot to do now, so you'll have to excuse me.
Damn. Alright. Sten disapproves, Leliana approves, so I think he disapproves because he's like, it's a promise that we won't keep, apparently. Told Owen that you would try to find his daughter Velena. She served the Alessa sold, and Solly and Owen has not heard from her since the trouble. She's probably dead. Owen has come around, he relit his forge and is starting to repair the militia's equipment. Murdoch will be glad to hear of this. Alright. Lovely.
I must admit, it feels good to be up and doing something finally. There's no way I'm sobering up before morning, however.
Nice to see you have some purpose.
I've you to thank for that, stranger. Just do what you've promised, and it will have been worthwhile.
Let's talk business.
Right. I haven't got much, obviously, but I'll do whatever I can for you.
Okay, what you got? Shrapnel trap, caltrop trap plans. Basic weaponry. A soldier's helm, 22 strength, can't even wear it. Heavy chainmail gloves. Scale boots, split mail boots. Heavy chainmail boots. Some pretty decent stuff in here, Owen. Fortunately, expensive. What have I got that I can sell to you? I got anything I can sell to you? Probably this shit that I'm not gonna use. Take this stuff that I've picked up. Alright. Well, that was easy. It didn't take much. We just had to promise him.
It shall be done. I see you found my hiding place.
Oh.
I stuck some old equipment in there before Murdoch could get his hands on it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there's anything you'll need in there. But it's hard to say. I was in a bit of a rush when I filled it up.
Oh. Couldn't the militia use this?
Not if I'm going to repair the equipment they have. That stuff is old, anyhow. Yeah, let me open it for you. I have the key.
I love how chill he is about us just, like, fucking poking our nose in stuff, but he is drunk. He's like, oh, that's my locked personal items. Here, have a look. Hidden trap door. Okay, this is, if you've somehow managed to be completely underprepared and you have nothing available to you, here's some stuff.
I must admit, it feels good to be up and doing something finally. Right. I
am now going to sell you what I just picked up. Nice items you have here. Here. Take it back. For a price. Oh my god. Wow, look at these things that you put, this old shit that you put in here. Great. Would you like to buy it from me? And Mans literally just was like, abso-fucking-lutely, I will. You son of a bitch. I'm in. Alright, I guess we're gonna lockpick that dude's door, and we'll see what happens. Actually, get this... Oh no, hang on. Let's talk to Mother Hannah about blessing the knights.
What is it you need, child?
Have you seen the beard? I'm not a child. Sir Perth needs holy protection for the knights.
I have done all I can for them. I pray for them each night and seek the Maker's forgiveness for their sins before they face their deaths. What Sir Perth seeks is something that is not in my power to give.
What do you mean?
Sir Perth believes that I can protect them against these creatures, a shield only the Maker can provide, and that I withhold this power.
Well, can't you just tell him the Maker will watch over him? Morale is a powerful thing, you know.
You mean you want me to let them think the Maker protects them in a real sense? I will not lie to them like that.
Morale is an important thing, though. If they think it helps them...
I cannot do it. I know that their own faith may inspire them, but these men need to find confidence on their own. I simply won't lie to them. Now please, let me tend to these poor folk. I must do what I can, and I suggest you do the same.
Failed. Explain Mother Hannah's reasoning to Sir Perth. Mother Hannah says the Maker doesn't give people protection just because they want it. The Maker's forgiveness must be earned, not demanded. She also says that Sir Perth doesn't seem to be able to grasp this concept and is convinced she is withholding protection from the knights. Perhaps you can try to explain this to Perth. 100%. We're just going to go there and there will be the option to just lie and say that she did it. So we can lie on her behalf and say, dude, she absolutely blessed you. She blessed you so hard and so
Blood and damnation.
and so fast. You have been blessed, I promise. That is my probably safe prediction that'll take place here. That there'll be an option to lie or just tell the truth. I mean, who's going to tell him otherwise? Just be like, mate, morale increased. We'll see. Oh, mate. Me fucking calves are burning running up this hill. Burning calories in my video games, and I'm forgetting to do my exercise in real life. If only I could play this game while also running. I would be so fucking fit. Video game characters do so much more walking than I do.
The Knights of Redcliffe are ready to fight at your disposal.
Nice. You said you wanted holy protection.
Have you spoken to the revered mother? Has she offered anything?
Oh, no lie option. Crazy. Genuinely thought there would be one. Mother Hannah does not believe she can help you.
I see. Then I suppose we must simply rely on our own prayers. The Maker will not help us. Thank you for your efforts. We shall fight on, nevertheless.
I feel like this is a very unfortunate this will be remembered moment, and this action will have consequences. They're like, oh, no. Find your own faith in your own strength. What is your status?
We retrieved more oil from the village store. It is ready to use as our first line of defense, as you suggested. Overall, my fellow knights are nervous about the coming battle. Death is almost certain, but we will fight and die valiantly if that's what the Maker demands.
Okay.
As you wish, Grey Warden. Maker watch over you.
Nice. Okay. So Perth will just have to do without. Owen has come around, so we'll now talk to Murdoch, which should have Redcliffe in full preparation for the attack. You know what? Something I'm grateful for in this game that is such a video game trope with weapons is, as far as I can tell, weapons do not have, they don't have durability. I don't need to take them to a blacksmith and spend money to get them repaired. That's what durability in weapons is. It's a realistic thing, but I hate it. It's one of my least favorite video game tropes ever. So I'm glad that this game does not have that, even though it does have a blacksmith. I am grateful.
I hear you got the tavern serving the militia free ale now. While I don't favor my men being drunk come sundown, I suppose it helps morale to have their minds taken off what's to come. You have my thanks. Well, it looks like Owen's finally doing the repairs we need. The damn fool is falling over drunk and still manages to make smithying look easy. Good enough, I say. I'll inform Bantigan the militia is ready to fight. We'll give those bastards a welcome they won't soon forget.
My favorite thing about this, which is hilarious, is my militia are drunk. My smithy is drunk. Everyone's fucking going to this battle full drunk, prepared for the night ahead. It's gonna be a party, baby. So we can say that we're ready to make our stand and wait for sundown. We're essentially just going to say that we'll be back. We need to check on something because that something...
I have a good feeling about tonight.
That something is now taking a break. So we'll be bringing this episode of Dragon Age Origins to a close. Thank you so much for joining me today. We have prepped Redcliffe for a battle against the zombie horde, and we will see how that goes next time, and hopefully find the Smithy's daughter, and then we will also check Redcliffe Castle to see the source of what has taken place here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next time.